In the middle of the night, I woke up to my daughter screaming, "It's burning!" I was out of bed before my brain caught up. I went down the hallway thinking of a potential fire, my heart pounding. I shoved her door open and froze. It was way worse than a fire. My stepson Tyson stood over my daughter Amy's bed, setting her legs on fire with a lighter. Amy was awake screaming, clutching her blanket, sobbing while pointing at her legs. I looked at her legs. Burn marks, raw and red, scattered across. Both shins like he'd been experimenting. The smell hit me a second later. But the worst part? My little girl can't feel her legs. She's paralyzed from the waist down. She can't run. She can't escape. She's 8 years old and trapped in that chair. And Tyson just stood there in fascination, adding another burn. "Put that damn lighter down, Tyson Francisco Velasquez!" I screamed at him. His eyes met mine. No fear, no guilt, just curiosity. "Relax, bruh," he said. "I'm running an experiment." He flicked the lighter back on. "One more and I'll have my answer." I lunged forward and ripped the lighter from his hand, shoved him backward. He stumbled but didn't fall, just watched me with that same empty expression. He even had a soft smile. Amy has been paralyzed from the waist down since she was 5. A car accident, drunk driver. She was the only one in the back seat. She doesn't remember much, but her legs remember everything. Some days she feels pressure. Most days she feels nothing. That was supposed to change in 6 days. An experimental surgery, a tiny window to qualify. The doctor said if it works, she could walk again by her 10th birthday. Amy has a calendar on her wall. She's been crossing off the days with a purple marker. Last week, she showed me the calendar and said, "Only 10 more sleeps, mommy." Then she looked down at her lap and said something I'll never forget. Maybe after the surgery, Tyson will want to play with me. That's what she believed. That once she could walk, she'd finally be worth something to him. That her wheelchair was the reason he hated her. But Tyson has hated Amy since the day I married his father, Dan. 2 years of cruelty. 2 years of Dan making excuses. What I didn't know, what Amy hid from me, was how bad it really was. Amy didn't want to ruin my marriage, so she stayed quiet, smiled through it, protected me from the truth about my own stepson. Tyson would whisper things when no one was listening. "You should have died that day. My dad only pretends to like you. When your mom and my dad get divorced, you're gone." She never told me any of it, not once. And Tyson, he didn't just enjoy tormenting her. He studied her, asked questions about her surgery, watched videos about paralysis. Last week I caught him Googling, "Can paralyzed people feel fire?" I should have known then. I should have seen it. But his dad Dan always had an excuse. He's just curious. He's adjusting. He's not a bad kid. He's just struggling. Now here we were. Tyson had his answer. I dropped to my knees beside Amy's bed. Her legs were trembling, not from feeling, but from shock. The burn marks were scattered. I even saw old burn marks. This wasn't his first time. "Mommy," she sobbed. "Why do my legs look like that?" She couldn't feel the fire, but she could see the damage. I turned to Tyson. "How long have you been doing this?" He shrugged. "A few weeks." She never noticed. A few weeks. While she slept, while she trusted him under the same roof. I grabbed his arm tight. "Do you understand what you've done? Her surgery is in 6 days. 6 days. He looked at me like I was speaking another language. So, no remorse, no understanding, just nothing. Amy was still crying, staring at her legs like they belonged to someone else. Tyson yanked his arm free and stepped toward the door. "I'm telling Dad you grabbed me, that you abused me. You burned your stepsister and you're worried about—" "Dad!" Tyson shouted into the hallway. "Dad, your girlfriend is hurting me!" Footsteps, fast. Dan's voice from down the hall. "What the hell is going on?" Dan rushed in ready to defend his son. Then he stopped. His eyes landed on Amy's legs. The burns, the blisters, her tear-soaked face. "What happened?" "He's been burning her," I said. "For weeks." Dan turned to Tyson. "Tell me she's lying." Tyson shrugged. "She's paralyzed. She can't even feel it." Something in Dan snapped. He crossed the room in 2 steps and grabbed Tyson so hard the boy's feet left the floor. He slammed him against the wall. "You think that makes it okay?" Tyson started crying. "Dad, stop. Her surgery. 6 days. Gone." He dropped Tyson to the floor. Tyson curled up, whimpering. By morning, Dan had packed Tyson's bags. His grandma picked him up that afternoon. His grandma also likes to beat bad boys with wooden spoons.